tonight we are heading to Sakhir in Bahrain for round 4 of our first season in 2026. Okay, so just checking with Dino whether or not I can actually be heard. My volume is far too low. Okay. Better? I don't want to go too high on the mic volume, but is that better? A little bit more, okay. How about now? I'm just wary of picking up the noise from the PC tower. Nice and clear, okay. Alright, well, we seem to have struck a reasonably happy medium. So, where are we tonight? Well, let's move my microphone a little bit. There we go. Tonight we are heading to Sakhir, Bahrain, round 4, and it's a sprint weekend. So we have 2 races ahead of us tonight. Let's take a quick look, shall we, at the circuit. There's a little bit of high speed in the middle of the circuit there. The end of Sector 1 into Sector 2. There's a couple of nice little high-speed corners through the S's there. The run-up through Turn 9 into 10. That is high speed. That'll help. Turn 12 is high speed. So we've got a couple of corners where our very, very strong downforce will help us. Everywhere else, not quite so much. I don't know how well we'll do tonight. I think we'll do a little bit better than we did in the last race. But there is a lot of flat out sections, and we are still lacking in speed. If we take a look at the car, you can see our speed is really bad, really bad. It's no better really between either car. We've got incredible high speed performance, everything else is utter garbage. So other teams have brought some upgrades by the look of it. We have upgrades about to hit us, but not for tonight, unfortunately. We're not building anything right now, not that we have a huge amount of cash. We have a little bit of money, but not much. And let's see, weather should be nice and sunny. Yes, it is. Okay, I think we're ready to head straight into Sakhir. How you doing, Clark? Good to see you. Let's set our targets. Where do I think we can do? I'm gonna go with 18th for Teo, and you know what? I'm gonna go 18th for Logan as well. And hopefully, one of them will finish.
Welcome along
17th
to another
or 16th.
Exciting weekend of F1 action.
And the other one can slot in 18th.
Don't forget, the schedule this weekend sees the drivers take to the track for an all-out sprint race. A good opportunity to clinch some crucial championship points.
Stay with us then as the weekend gets underway.
Alright, so Sakhir is pretty consistent with its setups. I have a setup or a pair of setups that I always put on the car at the start. So a 5, 11, 5, a 6, 4, a 3.3, 5, and a 0.6. We want to run the entire session. It is a sprint weekend. It's normally, what, 18 laps, I think, for Bahrain. So we're going to go 38 laps. On the hards, that should be enough. We're not switching parts for the most part, but we have got a few little bits we need to change. Need to change out the gearboxes. Still on the opening engine. Still on the opening ERS. That's Teo's car done. This car, it's a bit of a mess. Kind of have to continue as we are here. Hopefully it won't be quite so bad. We're going to go with a 4 and 11, a 7.3, a 3.1 and a 0.2. Let's see how that one works. We want a bit more fuel. Again, we want 38 laps. We want to drop those settings down. And let's send them out.
So that should be pit lane open.
Radio check.
Copy, loud and clear.
And if you want, you can go to mode warm-up.
Copy, copy. Yeah, radio check.
Perfect, mate, perfect.
Okay, copy, copy.
So use the free air.
Copy.
Let's speed them up, shall we?
We need to work on the tires, keep the temperature on the tires.
How are my tire temps?
Front tires are on the low side. Any feedback on the car? Copy that.
Right, let's check in, shall we? See how our drivers are feeling. 86%, that's not bad. A little bit of work needed, but nothing too substantial. 78,
How's the
that's not so good.
Not bad.
Yeah, copy.
How does my tires look?
Again, we've got to run it for the whole session because it is a sprint weekend.
Try
Much
to work
as
on
I would
your front
like
tires.
to be able to leave them out there, we just can't Sorry, much as I would like to be able to bring them in, we have to leave them out there. We have to get that that prep level up, given that it's a sprint weekend. Let's see who we've got running. Any rookies? Arvid is running. Arvid Lindblad. Who else? Victor Martin is running for Aston. Luke Browning is running for Williams. That's it. So we've got a few rookies running. I was worried for a second. I was like, where's my driver? Why am I looking at the pits? And I realised I clicked on Luke Browning. They are still plodding around. Is that a storm breaking outside? Let's just check the weather. Might have to get up and close a couple of windows.
And try to keep the temperature on tires.
Just work.
It's in forecast. Maybe it's just a truck going by. Oh, Mini's in as well. We missed that. Gabriele Mini is in for Alpine. An extra rookie we hadn't spotted. I can't remember what the standings are like. Let's see who is currently leading the standings. George is top of the driver's standings by 2 points from Lewis. Max is in third, a further point behind. So we've got the top three separated by just 3 points. A win for George and a win for Max so far this season. No wins for Lewis, but 3 straight podiums. Who won the other race? Was it Teo? Yeah, Teo's had a win. Oh yeah, that was the opening race of the season, wasn't it? We got off to a fantastic start, and it hasn't been the same since. Kimi in 4th place, 3 points ahead of Teo. Then it's Fernando, Logan, Yuki, Charles in 9th, Oscar in 10th. Lawson is currently down in 13th, just 2 points, level with Behrman. In the constructor standings, Mercedes are mighty at the moment, 93 points from the first 3 rounds, 68 for Ferrari, 56 for Red Bull, 54 for Cadillac, that's us, 45 for Aston, McLaren have 18, 3 for Haas and 2 for Williams. So, interesting standings. I think that might have been a storm. The wind suddenly picked up. Yeah, my blinds are going crazy. I am going to go and close one of my windows, I think. All right. One of the windows has been closed. I had a through draft going through the room. That was causing the blinds to go a little bit crazy. It is a storm. It is actually a storm that's breaking completely against the forecast. So, well, that's good. That'll break the little mini heat wave we've been having these last couple of days, hopefully. I'll leave the two open in this room, so you may hear some rattling of the blinds a little bit later. You may hear some thunder, but we'll see.
Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
Has been a lot of warm air in the room over the last day or two. I need to vent some of that out, so hopefully that storm will do the job for me. Right. Let's see. What can we change? Let's drop that down. Let's drop that down as well. Push that up a bit. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. That looks pretty decent. Let's take a look over here. We're going to up that. We're going to up that. Change that. Do that. Bring that up. We're going to go with that, I think. See how that works out. Let's change over some parts. Ready for sprint quali. Going to stick with that ERS. We need to burn that out a little bit more before we can change over. We are going to change that gearbox. All right, Fleetwood Mac. Are you having dreams? Just a single lap run. Let me quickly check parts. Don't think we've got any discrepancies between the two cars. No, we don't. Good to check though, just to be on the safe side. So we are set and prepped. Send them out.
Green light, green light.
You were hoping to get away with a few more lines, were you? Well, don't stop thinking about tomorrow. You never know. Evening, Mike.
Track is clear. Track is clear. Charge button off for last
Right,
corner.
here we go. Do we have... Oh, wow, yeah, there's a lot of cars popping out in front of us there.
You're clear ahead. Okay, we've got to go.
think Logan might have been impeded through turns 1 and 2
We've seen it.
by one of those Mercedes. It's got to be George. Let's know he's on a flyer. We have a yellow flag somewhere. I think it's that Porsche. Yeah, a lock-up for Schumacher.
But this is what happened. And it was Mick Schumacher involved. Everything's all right here. And there's the lockup. Just unable to control the car by that point.
Just a warm-up lap, so won't affect his qualifying lap. Head back to Teo. 3/10 down on Hamilton in the first sector. See what about the middle split. 4/10 down in the middle. Across the line. Here comes Hamilton.
We are P1.
The final turn.
Copy.
And 4/10 down again, so we're a second off the pace of Lewis Hamilton.
Watch your mirrors.
Sargent really badly blocked look in that first sector. 29-1. Upper 10th in the middle sector, matching the final sector there, but yeah, all the damage done by George. Speed up to get back to the pits, start prepping for another run. I'm going to wait a little bit before we go. Slot out behind Charles Leclerc. I doubt we'll stay right behind him. And we've got a Porsche barreling through here. Hamilton is currently on a flyer. Purple in the first 2 sectors. And he goes top with a 130.4. Bit of lightning. Yellow flag.
Let's have a look at
Schumacher again.
Here we are going into turn 9. And they just can't keep
And that
on the
was
track.
a flying lap.
Well,
so,
hopefully not a sign
yeah,
of things to come.
Schumacher not having a good afternoon today. He is currently in the drop zone as well. Don't think he can be progressing. Up to the line.
And tires are okay.
And
And track is
Schumacher
clear,
will
track clear.
start from 22nd.
Start the lap.
Tyres are looking good. You're clear ahead. Let's go.
Right, so this will give Sargent a really good slipstream, but if we get held up with Porsche like that, it will absolutely destroy Sargent's lap. God damn. We can't even, abort and try again at the end of the lap because Pot's just hit 0. We lost nearly 3 seconds with Sargent in that first sector. We lost over a second with Porsche, so neither driver's going to improve here. Porsche may get eliminated. Oscar in the drop zone at the moment. No reflected glare on the night races. That's good to know. And Piastri gets through in 10th. Bortoletto is out, Albon is out, Piastri through at the moment, and looks like he'll be safe. Oh no, wait, I'm looking at Piastri, aren't I? Porsche. There's Porsche. Could be eliminated by Jack Doohan here. Schumacher's on an in lap, so he is already out. Doohan, I think, is about to knock us out. It's going to be tight. He goes through up to 10th, actually. That's not even close. So we are eliminated from the sprint with both cars in Q1. Damn. See who put it on pole. Kimi takes the pole for the sprint. Hamilton is second, Max third, George in fourth. Then it's Oscar, Charles, Ollie Behrman in seventh, Lando eighth, ninth for Gasly, 10th for Ocon. Then in 11th and 12th, it's the two Astons of Fernando and Yuki. Jack Doohan is 13th, Hulkenberg in the Audi 14th, Lawson down in 15th ahead of Carlos Sainz 16th. And then it's Porsche from Bortoletto, Albon from Bottas, Sargent from Schumacher.
We're back, and the action is set to get even better today as the drivers go racing in the sprint.
The big draw today is the opportunity to grab some extra championship points. After all, they could make the difference when the season comes to a close.
All right, let's take a look, shall we? We're at 93% for both. Given that we're starting so far back, I'm just going to break Park Fairmay and start us from the pit lane and see if we can nail the setup. Let's try that. That should do it. We need to find 7%. Let's try that. We'll stick with the softs. Let's see how we do as we send them to the pit lane for the Bahrain sprint.
We're all set for today's sprint here in Bahrain. And it's lights out and away we go.
Oh wow, I'm a lap under fuel. Didn't even realise I was a lap under there. Oh no, wait, we're not. Okay, that was weird. Let's
Next
go
car is Schumacher.
rarely defend.
Gap to him 2.2. Next car behind is Sargent.
And we're pretty much straight onto the pack.
To go.
It's a very interesting line that Porsche took, but it's because Schumacher had a huge lockup. Oh no, he hit Valtteri, I think. Well, what happened here? Oh, they both had a mistake. It was a big lockup for Schumacher and a spin for Valtteri. Both Porsches dropping to the back of the grid there. I wonder why there was a 2-second gap for Bortoleto.
It's a DRS in April. Car behind is Schumacher. Gap behind 1.9.
Mick's pushing hard to try and close the gap, but look at the tyres already for Schumacher and Valtteri. Lock up in a big spin like that will do some damage to your tyres. We haven't used our battery yet. We're going to try and hold it just for another lap or two if we can. Because we are in DRS range of each other. So my hope is that they will just swap positions and close up naturally towards the back of Bortoleto. And then we can use our battery to punch our way through once we get there. Don't want to burn it just to get onto the back of the train if we can help it. But we might have to if we don't start closing that gap. Hamilton has taken the lead and broken away. Antonelli was leading at this point last lap. Max has got through as well. And now George is having a look at the back of his teammate. Oscar currently in P5, Leclerc P6. Then it's Norris from Behrman. Alonso's got himself up into P9 from 11th. And we are falling further and further behind. We are going to have to push, I think.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Copy, copy.
Use energy.
Mick just about got himself back in range as well, so this keeps him at arm's length. Stops him from DRSing his way onto the back of us. We desperately need our upgrades. Our performance everywhere across our car, apart from high speed, is abysmal. we are the slowest car everywhere apart from the high speed where we're the fastest car. It's all or nothing, it would seem. Others are pushing their tyres. We're not. Not yet. Again, I'd like to try and rely on getting some slipstream overtakes like this, getting that confidence level up. We're up to peak confidence now, just for Logan, and just below for Teo. Battery is burning up, but we are getting back in range. Hopefully, and we won't know until after the sprint, but hopefully we've got the setups either at 100 or incredibly close to 100. I feel confident with Porsche, less so with Logan. But I think we might pretty much have nailed Teo's setup to within 1 or 2%. Hopefully it's bang on. I don't know with Logan. We might have made gains in one area and then lost an equal amount in another and stayed roughly the same as we were. Right, did we just sneak into the DRS? Yes, we did. Fantastic. Good, because we're pretty much out of it now.
And charge button
In
on.
terms of battery.
Charge on.
We need to focus on the energy now.
That's why the chopper camera. Barely hanging on. We're at a DRS here. Sargent will get the chance to punch his way through. There he goes. So the AI is going to do one of a couple of things here by pushing their tyres like this. They're either going to have to stop or they're going to risk a puncture. So the only way to avoid that is to start easing down and actually nursing their tyres, which we're not doing at the moment. So
Just as DRS.
we don't have enough pace even to stay with them at the moment, it seems. We are drifting further and further back again, but my hope is that as the tyre deficit increases, our pace will pick up compared to the cars in front of us. I'm just hoping that we're not going to lose time squabbling with ourselves. There we go, we're just about back in range. Excellent.
Behind Sergeant. Sergeant behind DRS.
Copy, copy.
Pretty tight. Couldn't quite get the move done. Look how far back the Porsches are now with their tyres.
Race is long.
How are we looking on battery? Bad.
And you are doing a good job on tires.
Copy, copy.
Charge on.
Copy.
Bring the pack up.
Try and just
Copy that.
harvest a little bit here. Their tyres are definitely starting to fall away. And while we could capitalise here in the sprint, it's not really something we're going to be able to do in the Grand Prix itself. So while we might end up actually getting into a semi-decent position in this race, the main feature race will be a very different story, unfortunately. And I think we are going to be toiling very much at the back.
Copy, copy.
Pull the rear.
Copy that.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Porsche sneaks through
Okay.
past Bortoletto, despite being in harvest. Hopefully
In
we
front
can
we
hold
have
that
Albon.
position and stay close enough. Let's go to top up just to make sure.
And charge button on.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Copy.
Actually, I'm going to push
Use the
just
energy.
a little bit here.
Use energy.
Copy.
See if we can maybe get a couple more quick overtakes
No
in.
lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Alright, Logan Sargent's through, up into 19th.
Doing a good job.
Our sponsor targets mean absolutely nothing for the sprint, so we could finish 14th and 13th and we have absolutely no bearing on our sponsor payout. This is really frustrating. Here we go, Albon's been picked off, he's run a little wide as well, that'll lose him a little bit of momentum, he goes defensive on the inside.
Overall, good job. Next car
Sargent
in
goes
front
through
is
around the
Hulkenberg.
outside. And he has a slipstream to the back of Teo, just about. Was he out of DRS range though? Maybe. Yes, he was. And now Albon will retake the place.
Tyre feedback.
Tires are pretty good.
Go back
And
into
charge
top-up
button
mode.
on.
I'm looking at the tyre wear and how many laps
Need to
are left,
focus
and
on
I
getting
think
the pack
we
up.
might actually see some pit stops. That or a lot of punctures.
Tire phase update when you can. Increase lift and coast. Charge button on.
Focus on bringing the pack back up. Overtake and go, come on.
And there we go.
Energy if you
First
need.
pit stop. Ollie Behrman's in. Not the smoothest stop there. Little problem getting that left rear off. Through goes Schumacher. There's Valtteri. So it looks like we might be seeing some early stops. Danger for Sargent. Nearly getting dropped. Just about stays in. No one else has boxed yet.
He's got DRS, point 8.
Tires button on.
Copy.
And Teo is through.
Good.
So at the moment you are P15.
Gap to him
Briefly.
1.8.
It's a custom calendar. We're only doing 20 races in the season, but we are doing 8 sprints. I've tried to go a little
Continue like this.
old school with
Behind we
the
have
calendar
Albon.
in terms of removing some of the newer races. Change the order a little bit. And I've tried to put
Gap
a
to
couple of
him,
sprints where we wouldn't
1.7.
normally get them as well.
Alright, let's concentrate. Behind you it's Sainz. Gap to him 0.9. And try to increase pushing status.
We can push a bit more.
All right, Porsche now up into 15th place. We are seeing a lot of cars now looking to protect those tyres. So this is a chance for us to
Good job.
hopefully find a good bit of pace.
The car ahead is Nico.
So deployed.
Use energy. Use energy now. Cancel the left and coast.
All right, we are through
Good job.
with
Gap
both
ahead is
cars
3.
now. Closing in on the back of Doohan.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
Almost managed to break the DRS. Did I actually manage to break it? Let's have a look. Does that rear wing open up?
A little bit more lift and
did.
coast into 4 next lap.
But we've already broken him
You've got energy.
down the back straight, or the main straight here, so he won't get it this time. One wondering if we can maybe sneak some points here.
And charge button on.
We need big lift off.
We've got 6.5 laps to go. Points aren't that far up the road. We do maybe have a chance here. I don't think we can do it with both cars. I think Teo might have an outside chance here to actually sneak a point, which would be awesome.
And more energy available.
So increase pushing status.
Good job. Ocon in front.
Through we go.
Charge button on. Increase lift and coast, please. Next guy in front is Ocon.
Ah, excellent. We'll get a slipstream overtake potentially now.
You can push. Use DRS.
There we go. Using the DRS, we're up to 11th. We're 3.5 seconds behind the train up to 7th place. With
Good job there. Keep it like this.
a little over
At the
4.5
moment,
laps
11.
left.
Next guy in front is Tsunoda.
But a nice, healthy tyre advantage over those cars that we're chasing. And there they are.
Energy available.
Copy.
Let's give Logan a bit more speed now that he's caught the back of Doohan and he's through. Nicely done. And straight on the push to try and get past Ocon and Gasly.
This is good. Car ahead. Ocon.
Report. Sonoda,
And we need some
Lawson,
lift and
Norris and Co.
Charge button on. Charge button on. And try to cool down the tires as much as possible. And we'll need
4
lift
laps
off.
left.
Next car in front, Tsunoda. Race is long.
And 4 laps to go. Next car in front is Tsunoda. Behind we have Ocon. He will be 3.5 seconds behind us. And boost. No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
You did a good job.
Sargent's up to 12.
And we need to increase pushing
We'll go
status.
around the outside here of Yuki. Maybe. Not quite.
No energy.
3 laps.
We need to focus on the energy now. We can push more.
We got onto Lawson.
And charge button on, charge button on.
Can we sneak through here?
Car behind is Tsunoda.
He's going to have a look.
Gap to
Well, he's
Tsunoda
thinking about it.
behind, 0.8.
Decides against it. We haven't really got the battery left to push. Try and save what we've got
And charge button
over the rest
on,
of the
charge
lap,
button
which
on.
is not really much of anything. Let's give it some beans with the tyres now.
So we need to push.
In the background you see Sargent and
Tire
Ocon.
phase update when you can.
We're good to push.
Oh, Ocon's punctured. He was right behind us. Or did he get right in front of us and then he punctured? Oh, he hit us.
Are you okay?
Or did we hit him? Oh, that's what caused the puncture. And that's why we were so slow out of turn 15. I hope we don't get a penalty for that. I've missed the side pods. Ugh.
And charge button on, please.
Ah, we did get the penalty. God damn it.
Okay, good job. You're P12. Tsunoda ahead. Gap ahead 6.
Alright, we are melting our tyres here in an effort to try and get through.
And you can use all the boost bar.
We don't have any boost bar left. That's the problem.
And charge button on.
Oh, it's times like this I wish this wasn't quite so wide. That's it for fuel.
And we need to increase lift and coast. And just a reminder on your eyes.
Cool the tyres down the straight.
Look at the tyre temps. 130 degrees.
Copy.
And last lap.
Oh, Norris is vulnerable. He's out of DRS range. Can we get him? Can we get him? No, he's got a slipstream. Damn it.
Next car in front is Norris. Continue like this. use the energy.
Copy.
And tires are good to push.
Just going to give it everything here. That is a point. A point sitting in front of us there. And we don't have enough pace left. Ah. Come on, Alonso, puncture.
And we need to increase tire management.
We have
Okay,
no
copy.
battery left. Sonoda is right behind us. We are still vulnerable to maybe being overtaken by Sonoda. I need Norris and Alonso to hit each other here.
Max Verstappen over the finish line to win the sprint.
Max is going to win the sprint. We're going to get 10th. Normally I'd be happy with 10th, but to get so close to the
Checkered
points
flag.
and then be denied at the end. Kind of
This will be
heartbreaking.
checkered flag.
Logan Sargent will finish in 12th place. That might be dropped even further down. It will be with that 5-second penalty. It'll drop possibly behind Ollie Behrman. It'll be tight. It'll be very tight. That is the sprint.
No points means Logan Sargent leaves empty-handed after today's sprint.
Look, today's strategy certainly didn't work for them, but they have time to revisit and re-strategize for next time.
Oh, I don't know. I think the strategy worked well. Given where we started. Look at that. Up 11 places for Teo. Just missing out on points by 0.8 of a second. Let's see. Sargent did just finish ahead of Ollie Behrman by just 75 thousandths of a second in the end. Finished in 14th. So it is Max taking the sprint win. Hamilton goes second. Antonelli is third. George in fourth. Fifth place for Charles Leclerc. Sixth for Oscar. Seventh for Liam Lawson, up 8 places and 2 more points for him. Alonso taking that final point ahead of Lando Norris. Let's get ready for main quali.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Bahrain's track is dusty and abrasive, and even under the floodlights, qualifying is tough on soft tyres. Teams will need to use their tyre allocations wisely.
We're looking at McLaren here. Karun, how do you think
No,
their
not.
driver will be feeling today?
I know
Now
it's a
this
similar
is a
colour
driver
overall
with
there,
confidence,
but
and that's
come on,
clear from
Crofty.
their performance today. But will that confidence pay off? We'll have to wait and see.
And it's almost time for qualifying, and you won't want to miss that.
Okay. There goes one of my spare side pods. 98%. Okay, so that's 2 clicks. There's only space for 1 there, so it's got to be this way. That should be 100% now. We are 3% away, and it's the front wing. I'm going to go with that. Let's see if I'm damned for moving that little click of toe there at the end. We'll go with medium tires for our first run. Let's see how we do. See if we can make it out of Q1 this time.
Green light.
These times are going to be very slow, which I'm just going to whiz through. Yeah, there we go. 0.8 of a second difference between the two is a little concerning, although Doohan was harassing Sargent all the way around, so I'm hoping that's the only reason he was so far off.
Then stop in front of the garage.
Let's take a look. There we go, 100% setup. Lovely stuff. We'll go with a set of softs now. And send them straight out. Set of softs and 100% there as well. Lovely, lovely. And out he goes.
Tires are good. And in front we have a train of cars.
So Hamilton put in a blisteringly quick lap in the middle sector, but his first sector was way down.
We saw that, mate.
Logan getting held in the first sector. George is the benchmark in sector 1. He goes into P3. 26.9. 27.2 for Lawson. 27.8. What about Bourchier? What's he doing first? Does he hit traffic as well? 27.4. No, so he's not too bad. Sargent down 4 tenths already. See how the rest of the lap goes. Tenths down on Hamilton. Give that 40.2 purple middle. We're up on Hulkenberg though at the moment. 4.7. We're actually up on Teo as well. Driving for the line now. And that's 12th place for Sargent.
12.
Here comes Teo. He goes up to P11. That's just 2 tenths between them. That's a bit more like it. And you can't help but wonder what Sargent could have done had he not been held up in the first couple of turns. Would he have been quicker than Teo? We're going to have one more run.
Pit lane.
Probably
Speed
stay on the
limiter
same
on.
tyres.
Stop in front of the garage.
Gasly has some damage to his car. What is that? Is that car condition? Let's have a look. Gasly. Oh, it's his engine. Yeah. Go a little bit early. Hope that we get some clear air. Got Ollie Behrman following us out by the look of it. Antonelli now sets a new personal best for purple first sector, 26.9. We compare that to Logan Sargent's, what was it, 28.4 that he did? That shows just how much pace we're losing in the first sector to the front runners. 40.1. This is a very, very quick lap here for Kimi. He goes purple across the board, and it's a 129.7. Puts him 0.3 clear of Leclerc. So Kimi is definitely through. The Sargent warming up. Let's take a look at the map.
Okay, go now.
McLaren is about to hit the pits, I believe.
Doing a good job on
There it
tires.
goes. We have got a Mercedes of George Russell
Track is
exiting.
clear. Track is
Don't
clear.
think it'll be an issue here for Logan.
And
Might be an
charge
issue
button
for
off.
Teo.
Charge button off for last corner.
There it is, there's George. Alright, we beat the Alpine. And we did get a little bit of hold up there in that turn 2-3 flick. Let's see how that reflects in the sector time here. 27.3 for Logan Sargent. 0.4 down on Max, who's set a new purple. Only a 10th down for Teo, so it looks like we maybe lost just a little bit, but not too much. Might have got away with it. Sargent now in the danger zone, but see what he can do over the rest of the lap. Middle sector split coming up. It's a 40.6. It's not an improvement. It's only 0.3 down on Verstappen. So we're down about 0.8 to Max at the moment. Porsche is a couple of tenths up on Logan in the middle. That's a personal best for him. Sargent gets up to P12.
P12.
Teo should go even better here. He goes up to P8. So
You
Teo,
have
I think, is
P8,
safe.
P8.
Logan,
Copy.
not so much. Evening, Esparza. Okay, was it Hamilton just jumping up there? Can't be Hamilton. Can't get all the way down here. Who is coming up to the line? Battery's on an in-lap, I believe, there. Got a Williams coming through. It's Alex Albon. Matching Sonoda at the moment. So this is good enough for around 10th place. He goes P12, just half a tenth slower than Teo. Logan now back in the danger zone. Gasly is on a personal best in the first sector. There's Hamilton on a slow run there. Is Hamilton on an out lap? No, he's on an in lap. Hulkenberg just a little bit further back, also improving. .4.
Pit entry.
I think Sargent might be about to get
Stop
knocked
the
out
marks.
here.
Pit lane.
There will be pit limiter on, please.
And stop on the marks.
Sainz is still out there as well. Yeah, Gasly knocks out, and now it's how far down is Sargent going to drop. I think we're going to be safe for a comfortable P17 or above with Teo. P18 might be pushing our luck a little bit with Logan, but we'll see what we can do. Would like to get both of our drivers home in their sponsor positions if we can. It's it's a far cry from that pre-season monster pace that we had, isn't it? Well, I say pre-season, that, you know, first race of the season where we came alive at Melbourne, a track that's almost entirely high-speed corners. If we can hold that level of performance in the high speed, we'll be golden when we get to Spa, but something tells me we'll have been clawed back in that area by then. So, Porsche is through, Logan Sargent is out. Schumacher crosses the line and improves up to P21, but he is out as well. Everything is decided. It's Valtteri Bottas in P17, Hulkenberg P18, 19th for Logan Sargent, 20th for Bortoletto, 21st for Schumacher, and Ollie Behrman down in 22nd place. So both Porsches, both Audis, a Cadillac and a Haas eliminated in Q1. Gasly does have a penalty. We're going to jump straight out on some scrubs. Just
So
to
now we
bank a
have
lap.
green light.
Just to get a little bit of confidence into Teo here. Gets just into peak very, very briefly. Might disappear in a second. Which difficulty is harder, standard mode or hard mode in a race? It depends. To be honest, it really depends. If it's a sprint weekend, I would say normal might be a little bit harder than hard because they tend to be a little over aggressive with their tyres in sprints. But I think it's, you know, outside of that, I think it varies by circuit depending on how abrasive the tyres are. I think, you know, some circuits it might favour standard being the more difficult challenge. Others will be the more hard challenge. I do think it's going to vary. It's not a cookie cutter, one size fits all answer, unfortunately. I think on balance, hard is probably over an entire season the slightly harder on average, but there will be some races where it will be easier. All right, let's accelerate time a little bit. Let's go out nice and early now. The track is relatively quiet. Hamilton is doing his flying lap right now. So is Kimi Antonelli. So is Jack Doohan. Everyone else in the garage. Charles Leclerc is coming out now as well. Hamilton goes up to P2 behind George Russell. We'll get out while our confidence is still really close to peak. The longer we leave it, the more it will just bleed away a little bit. But we are racing hard mode for racing, I believe. Yes, it says hard mode for car development, but we are actually running brutal difficulty on car development as set in the online database editor. I think what it was called for a second then. Alright, so Doohan pops up into ninth. We are just hanging on to a top 10 position at the moment. quite sure how, but we are there. Not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. Nobody's about to pop out in front of us.
Start
It
button
looks
off
like
for last corner.
some traffic in front of us, but not much. I think we'll be alright. I wasn't going to encounter anybody. We have a yellow flag. What's that for?
Right then,
Do
you
it,
can take
running
a look
wide
now.
at 7.
Right, let's follow the action now at turn 7. Just a bit too wide at that point, but all being well
Yeah,
and
that's on an
fingers
in-lap,
crossed,
so that
no
won't
lasting
affect him
damage
at
to the
all.
car.
Right, Charles Leclerc's just starting his lap now. He's just crossed the line, so we'll have a slight delay before we get to see in kind of real time how our sectors are looking against a much better car. It's the 27.4. It's not a personal best, which is a little bit of a surprise. The rest of the lap should be good though. 26.8. So we're down 6 tenths to Charles in the first sector alone. Tyres won't fully up to temperature in that first sector. See what our middle is. It's 40.8 again. We're not improving, so I'm going to abort this now. This will give us time to go again. 39.8 from Leclerc. This is going to be a very quick lap from Charles. But look how much we're down. A second in the middle sector. 6 tenths in the first. 1.6 seconds down in just 2 sectors. For whatever reason, this lap has not been a good one for Taylor. Here comes Charles across the line. We're 1.4 seconds off with our personal best lap time to Charles' lap that he's just done. We were already 1.6 seconds down on that lap, just in the first 2 sectors. So we absolutely made the right call coming in. I just don't understand why we were so slow with brand new tyres.
And we need a good warm-up on the brakes.
Copy, copy. Starting to come in. Yeah, these should be just about fully up to temperature as we're up to the line. 95, I think, is the optimal window around here on the softs.
Wait for traffic. Charge
There we go,
button
raise
off
up the
for last
temperature.
corner.
See if we can get a little bit of a draft 26.7 for Antonelli, just goes purple in the first sector. Now Hamilton goes purple, fractionally quicker. We did a 27.0, that's not too bad, it's a personal best. Only 0.3 down. I'll live with that, better than being 6 cents down. Antonelli's got a 40.1 in the middle. Don't get in the way. Ah, it's close. 39.7 for Hamilton. He's up by a couple of tenths in that middle sector. 40.1. We matched Antonelli. So we're only down 0.3 to Kimi's lap. Kimi is currently P2. So this is a good lap from Teo. This will be enough to get us through unless it all goes horribly wrong here. Hamilton goes quickest with a 1:29.0. We improve up to 7th. We're 0.9 of a second away. It's the first sector that's killing us. Middle sector, we are matching Antonelli. We're only a tenth down in the final sector. So the first sector is our weakness, which kind of makes sense, given that it's speed, DRS, and low and medium speed performance. There's one high speed corner there, which is turn 3. And we are through. So it's all down to whether Lando can get through here. And he'll knock out his teammate if he does get through. And he is through. 5th place for Lando. Oscar eliminated into P11th. P11, 11th position. So it is Oscar from Gasly, then Sainz, Doohan, and it's scrolled away before I can finish the list. Albon and Alonso eliminated in Q2. Gasly has that penalty as well from his collision at our previous race. Let's see where that drops him. If it's just a 3-place penalty, then that'll drop him down to 15th and promote Albon, Doohan and Sainz. If it's anything bigger than that, it could be quite catastrophic. We are into Q3. And the difference in performance between Teo and Logan is
Green light.
quite stark here. We definitely need to improve Logan's pace stats. Again, we're going to whiz through this lap. This is not going to be competitive. So 1:30.3. That's 1.3 seconds slower than
Reminder, stay negative on the dash.
Hamilton's lap in the previous session.
Copy, copy.
1:29.5. 7.5 tenths away. Still room for improvement there. Again, everyone wants scrubs. Prep. A set of brand new tyres. Goes Verstappen and Ocon. goes Charles. We will slot out just behind Lando Norris. Well, I say just behind. I don't think we'll be close enough to get a toe at the end of the lap. Let's see what we're up against. Max has set the pace in the first sector, 26.7. Through turn 10 and 11. Up round through 12 into 13, and the splits, it's 40.2. It's not a personal best. Into the final two turns, 14 and 15, and driving for the line. Ocon improves his time, stays in P5. Max stays P3, does not improve. Hamilton now starting his flying lap.
And track is clear, track clear.
Antonelli starting his flying lap as well. Charles Leclerc has just gone purple in the first sector, 26.6. That is quick. Switch over to Teo, even in Wayne. Sector 26.8. It's only 2 tenths away from Charles. Matching Norris just about. Now 22.3, and Charles puts it on pole by 0.6 of a second. But a lot of drivers have got a chance to improve here. Russell's on a flying lap. 40.1, we are down a tenth on Lando. We're down 3 tenths overall for Kimi at the moment. We get through without hitting traffic there. Max, I believe, we cross the line. We are P7. Tsunoda coming up to the line. Where's Lawson? There's Lawson. There is George in the background. Lawson goes P5. Tsunoda goes P7. George has not improved. He is 4th, or has he improved? I'm not sure. But it's Leclerc from Hamilton. It's a Ferrari front row. A Mercedes second row there. Kimi from George. Lawson, the lead Red Bull, in 5th, ahead of Lando in 6th. Yuki Tsunoda is 7th. Max in 8th place. Teo in 9th. Esteban Ocon is in 10th place.
Here in Sakhir, the floodlights are on, and it's nearly time for 57 laps around the Bahrain International Circuit.
Bahrain has seen some of the most dramatic races in F1, like Sergio Perez's incredible 2020 victory, surging ahead from being last on the opening lap.
The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. It's race day, with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
All right, 9th and 19th. bit of a gap between our two. Let's look at starting on the hard tyres with Porsche. We want to go to the mediums on the middle, I think. Looking to go quite aggressive at the start here. Box very early. I think I can just about squeeze that. I'm going to have a little look at the one stop here. Don't think it's going to work, but you never know. We will go mediums at the start, I think. What happens if we do try and one stop this? It's doable, but it's slow. So let's do that again instead, shall we? Let's go with that. I'm going to take 2 laps of fuel out. And we're going to push the fuel for the first lap or 2 as well. Let's see how we do as we send them to the grid for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. Many people here and at home are wondering what the Haas driver can do.
Not where they'd want to be in P21, but honestly, they've just got to give it their best shot.
So let's see what today has in store, shall we? And this is it, the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, decent start. Up to P7. Can we outpower Norris? We've got the slipstream. We do shut the door on him. Now let's see if we can hang
And
with
we
the
need
big
some lead
boys
stuff.
for a little bit. Let's get to Logan. Trying to go around the outside of Hulkenberg. Gets shut down there. Just 3 cars starting on medium tyres. Albon and Norris alongside Logan. Maybe that's why we were able to get past Norris early doors. Means Logan could be in for a bit of a struggle here in this first stint. Yuki does not have brand new tyres on. He's using a set of scrubs, and he has dropped away from George already. There's us right behind him. I do not want to get dropped,
K0 to give you the energy.
so we'll have to start the battery burn early.
DRS enable. At the moment we have P7. P7.
Next guy in front will be Tsunoda. Car behind Norris.
on them.
Hanging on in the DRS window. Sargent is now up to P18, so we did get past Hulkenberg and we dropped him as well. That's good. Closing in on the back of Gasly. Stop pushing the fuel now.
Maybe just take it easy on the straight.
Porsche just about hanging onto the back of Tsunoda. Let's burn his battery now.
Deployed.
Bring the pack up.
So Gasly's all the way down in 17th place. Thanks to that penalty. He started in 17th. Where was he qualified? Was it P13, wasn't it? No, P14 maybe. Actually, no, wasn't it P11? I forget. Trying to work out how many places we dropped. Ooh, a little squeeze there.
I don't know where my pace is, man. I'm really struggling.
A lot can still happen.
Tsunoda has lost pace or lost touch with the front runners. They have put a bit more pace away. Lawson also dropping away, so it's Antonelli and the two Ferraris breaking away a little bit at the front. George will be able to get through pretty quickly here. In fact, he's through. Gets the move done through turn 10. Has the DRS, and he will push onto the back of his teammate now. We are about to move through, hopefully. There we go. We'll get past Yuki Tsunoda. Let's go into harvest mode.
And charge button
Not harvest,
on.
sorry, top-up
Charge
mode,
button
and
on.
activate the battle assist. And now we'll try and push our way through
Energy
here.
available.
Copy.
See if we can get Logan Sargent's, as I say, get his confidence up. He's already in peak. See if we can max it out. Has a look. He's going to be close enough to get a slipstream on the back of that Porsche, I think. See, we're just lacking speed in a straight line against the Alpine.
Right, let's concentrate.
But we've got the move done. That's P17 for Logan.
This is good.
He's immediately on the attack against Valtteri as well. Up the inside,
Car hit Bottas.
that's P16. Lovely stuff.
Good job. Okay, so you're behind Albon. We can just focus on charging the pack.
Save that little bit of battery there.
Energy available.
Albon, one of the only other cars on the mediums.
Continue. Keep going.
Tsunoda gets back through. Eyewear sticking to prediction was just about at the moment, and still in pretty good shape compared to the front runners. It's nice to see. Same for Sargent. Sargent's actually slightly up on the prediction.
Good job. P6. P6.
We're going to keep
swapping places with Yuki, and I'm fine with that. We don't have the pace for anything better than 6th tonight, I don't think. Unless Lawson really falls away quite badly. Let's try and get a thumbnail. Don't think that worked. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to bear with me 2 seconds. Let me check my pictures, screenshots. No, didn't work. Taking screenshots doesn't seem to work very well, unfortunately. Damn it. I'll have to think of another way to generate images for my thumbnail.
Race is long.
To minimize. There we go.
Brilliant time management. Bottas DRS.
Yeah, copy.
Porsche having a good old ding-dong battle here with Yuki. And we have a yellow flag, and that is
So at the moment you
a
have
lockup
P6.
for Gasly.
Let's see what happened there. Now we're watching the action closely here. It's certainly inviting.
See, we get a
And
replay of
now
Gasly.
we've had a crash.
Oh, we've had a crash as well. Or was this what happened to Gasly? It is. He crashed with Schumacher.
There's a big shot
Or was
ahead.
that Valtteri? No, I think it's Valtteri he crashed with.
The team glued to the monitors and watching their hopes crumble away.
Yeah, Valtteri. Let's start to push again.
You have energy.
Copy, copy.
Another yellow flag. And Bottas gets a 5-second penalty.
You're doing a good job. So ahead
It's
of
a
you.
Let's
lock-up
take
for
a closer
Kimi.
look.
Oh,
Let's have a look as we
that's
go
not
into
good.
the 13th
It's going to hurt
corner.
him.
Well, you can see the lockup, and they ended up their own passenger.
Loses out to his teammate there. On the exit of 13. It's hurt his tyres as well. They're down to just 51%. We get around Albon, and that's 14th place for Logan Sargent.
So Albon has DRS behind. Need to focus on getting the pack up.
And more energy available.
Got a bit of a queue forming behind us here, so it would be nice to be able to get
And
into some
charge
clear
button
air
on,
and punch
charge
our
button
way
on.
forward a little bit. See if we can maybe try and reel in Antonelli and Lawson. Especially given that their tyres are both quite low.
Tyre phase update when you can. ERS.
Still a lot can happen from here. Just get back in your rhythm.
Continue like this. The moment you
Dump
have
the rest of
six.
the battery there. We are now through on Logan Sargent Oscar in 12th. Just a second and a half ahead of us. Can I get onto the back of Oscar
energy.
Piastri here? New fastest lap for Lewis Hamilton. And he is looking after his tyres. And I'm looking at those tyres at 70%, and I'm wondering...
We've got no energy, no
I was
energy.
wondering if he's looking at a one-stop, but Porsche's tyres are the same. Porsche's very much on a two-stop. Hold our battery early here just to see if we can get close to the back
How
of
are the
Teo.
tyres?
Oscar.
This tire very good.
No, is the answer.
Focus on bringing the pack back up. You've got energy when you feel it's on.
Right, we have broken away a little bit from Yuki. It takes a little bit of pressure off. Got a little bit of battery left, enough to finish out this lap. We've got the gap to Lawson down to about 3 seconds, but we're not going to close up enough to go into the back of them. So let's just save that last little bit
Charge button on.
so we don't leave ourselves completely high and dry. Stewart has got through and he has just about dropped Tsunoda. You see Verstappen having a look in the background, trying to go around the outside. Has to back out of it. Now he's going to come under pressure from Lando Norris. Sainz has closed back up on us. Russell now ahead of Charles Leclerc in second place, 2.5 seconds back on Hamilton, who has plenty of life on his tyres, and Antonelli might be boxing this lap. He might go one more. Valtteri drops down into 18th. Bortoletto getting overtaken by his teammate. Is Kimi going to hit the pits? Yes, he is. An early stop forced by that lockup at turn 13. New set of softs, and he is away. Little issue for
Now we
Mick
can
there,
see
running
what
wide through
happened.
14.
Now here we are at the final corner. And that's, oh no, that's not
Running
quite
at the
what
back
they
of the
would have
field at the
wanted.
moment. Porsche really not
having a good start to the season, nor Audi for that matter. Thought they would have kicked on a little bit by now, but we still have the legs on them. Let's take a look at our tyre wear predictions. Yeah, absolutely fine. Antonelli has dropped to the back of the grid with that early stop. He's got a lot of traffic to fight through, so this could be bad. He's got a massive pace advantage though, so theoretically he should be able to carve his way through pretty effectively here. Let's ride the helicam. Logan Sargent is now just about a second behind Oscar Piastri. Broken away from the two Williams drivers. And we are in DRS range of Oscar now. Through goes Kimi, past Mick. Looks like we are starting to maybe close Lawson down a little bit on this lap as well. His tyre's getting low. Ocon is into the pits. First stop for Haas. He's going with medium tyres there. That will drop him to the back of the grid. We are closing down Lawson. Look, we took 1.5 seconds out of him on that last lap. He can see we are all over the back now of Oscar. We do need to do some fuel saving. Let's get that started now. Pourchaire has closed up onto the back of Lawson. We'll do some fuel saving here as well.
Behind you. Big lift now.
Copy that.
Lift off needed.
Copy, copy.
Try and do a little bit of battery saving as well.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Copy. We need to focus on the energy now.
Understood.
Charles is into the pits for Ferrari. Soft tyres going on. It's a decent looking stop. Where is he going to feed out? He's going to come out behind Logan, I think. He's going to be very close with Logan.
You're doing a good
Yep,
job.
there goes
Next guy in
Piastri
front
and
will be
Sargent.
Russell.
So Sargent currently in the points. In fact, he's ahead of Oscar
Bring the
Piastri
pack
there.
up. Yeah, that's good, mate. We're currently P9. Norris ahead.
Big gap now from Lawson to the front two. And Charles is boxed. Let's see, where is Anthony? Anthony's down in 16th place. How far
Tire
behind
phase
is he?
update when you can.
To Leclerc. He's about 5 seconds behind. 6 seconds behind. It's not too bad. We have definitely got more pace than Lawson here. Let's see if we can overtake him on the back, on the main straight here. Yuki boxes, and so does Jack Doohan.
Charge on.
Oh, we've just given the
ready
DRS
in
there
pit
to
lane.
Lawson.
Working like this.
starting to get a little busy in the pits. Behrman's in. Both of the Porsches are in. Oh, disaster for Schumacher. Valtteri has to sit there for 5 seconds before they can do anything. Schumacher has just sat there waiting. And now it's a delay in getting him out as well. What a disaster for Mick. Charles has gone through, no surprise there on those brand new tyres. We're still keeping Oscar at bay, just about.
Tyre feedback when you can.
He really doesn't have the tyres left to try and get past us. Max now has closed up on his teammate. Norris has gone with him as well.
Lawson DRS.
And Norris gets past
Tyres
one
are
Red Bull.
ready.
Can he get past the other one as we have a fastest lap for Charles Leclerc? And Oscar is into the pits. Medium tyres, Sainz boxing as well. Oscar's going to be joining in 18th place. And meanwhile, Teo is still sitting quite nicely in 3rd place here.
And you are doing a good job on tyres.
And
Keep
I'm
working
quite
like
happy
this.
for Lawson to just sit where he is. He's not quick enough to get past us, but he's quick enough to hold up Norris and Verstappen. Charles is closing in at a rapid pace as well. He was 3.5 seconds quicker than us on that last lap. There he is. George into the pits. Looking to try and get an undercut here on Lewis Hamilton, who is in really good shape on his tyres. 51%. I wonder if he is thinking about the one stop, you know. In comes Liam Lawson. Set a medium. George feeds out in P6, just ahead of Logan by about 4 seconds. Antonelli is next up behind us.
Management's good, keep that level.
And his early pace has kind of fallen away a bit, hasn't it? Works for me. Gasly and Bortoletto both boxing. Got a couple more laps to go yet till we need to box for both drivers here. Max got through at turn 10 and then had the DRS to pull away from us, and that allowed Leclerc to go
Race
through.
is long.
Didn't need to
Car
fight
behind is
Leclerc, but if we
Norris.
can stay close with him. Hamilton's
1.0
in. Hamilton
now.
had 50-odd% left on his tyres, so that is unexpected. Very unexpected to see him boxing. That's a bad stop, and that could cost him against George. That could really cost him against George here. Max boxes. To see him pulling off in there. There is Lewis exiting the pit lane. We will go one more lap before we box.
Box.
And that little delay has cost Lewis. It's got him out behind Teo. George is now, with his tyres up to temperature, right on the back of Hamilton.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Copy.
Antonelli has caught Logan Sargent. Much quicker lap this time round, about 3.5 seconds quicker on that last lap than his previous one.
He just
And
has
he's
DRS.
not even going to have a challenge here, I don't think, getting
Copy,
through.
copy.
Although he does have to nip back in for another bite of the slipstream. He's got so much more grip than us. We have a yellow flag.
A crash in the main straight on the left. Crash in the main straight.
Nice Mick. Oh, just coming together with one of the Audis there.
And not much that the team can do about that one.
Bortoletto. Damage for Bortoletto. A little bit of front wing damage there, missing the right hand end plate. It's about to get very, very crowded around Teo here. It's a racing incident between Schumacher and Bortoletto.
Continue like this. Behind you is Hamilton. Box now.
Copy. Box, box, box.
And we are already 3 seconds behind Antonelli. 3.5 seconds behind. We are boxing this lap. Hamilton will just roll through. And will we get jumped into 14 here? I think we'll be all right. All right, into the pits then for Teo.
Pit lane.
It's a good chunk of fuel saving done. Norris is boxing as well. So this will be a straight fight between the two pit crews. I think we might lose this.
Pit lane.
Norris is out of the way already. There you see Sargent coming in the background. Yeah. Norris is going to go through. 3.4 second stop, not ideal.
Sorry about that.
18th
And what's
quickest.
that?
2.5
pit stop
seconds
issue.
for Sargent. That's more like it.
There are cars coming out.
Valtteri sets a new fastest lap. Ooh, we're
So
just going to
P12.
be popping out right in front of
So
him.
next car in front is Piastri.
We tuck in just behind Fernando. So, 15th place for Logan Sargent. That's not bad. Stop the fuel saving for now. 12th place with Teo here.
Lift and coast can stop.
Copy.
And we're back to being just behind
Currently P15.
Piastri,
Alonso ahead. 1.28.
albeit with a different car.
Sainz is the car behind. He's 0.7 behind you.
We are in the DRS as well.
Energy available.
Copy.
We need to get these tyres up to temperature, but while we are waiting, we will just push the pace a little bit with the battery. Porsche is going to be able to use and abuse these tyres.
Doing a good job with the tires.
Squeezes through on Lando. But again, our pace is not amazing. We've got bad acceleration, bad straight line speed, and bad DRS performance. And we just got completely blitzed there.
And you can use all the boost bar.
We'll dive back through with DRS there unopposed. And now we'll use our battery to see if we can break forward back onto Piastri
You are
again.
doing a good job. Continue like this.
Sargent has
At the
broken away
moment,
from
P11.
sights, going back
Okay,
after
next car is
Alonso.
Piastri.
Behrman's not much further up the road either.
Tyres are looking good.
I got it.
Good job. Car behind, 2.5 seconds.
We are through, but we've given up the DRS. Can we stay ahead long enough to do anything with it? Piastri pushing, no wonder we weren't closing him down. Sets a new fastest lap, but we were only a couple of tenths away, look. We give Alonso a squeeze. He has the DRS again. He's too far back this time. And now we've caught up.
Charge on.
Again, we have to nip back into the slipstream because we don't have the pace. But we do finally get ourselves alongside. We push him a little wide as well as we complete that move. We are through. Sargent's
You're
now
doing a good
out
job.
of battery,
Ocon in front.
but we've managed to get away from Alonso and close the gap to Ollie.
We can just focus on charging the pack. No more energy.
Gasly's engine gets a little worse.
Some smoke at the back of the car.
So we're about 10.5 seconds behind Lawson. He's battling here with Ocon. Piastri goes back through.
Alright, let's concentrate.
Car behind Norris.
He's all the way up here in 6th place. He's having a good run. Looking at the front, it is Charles Leclerc leading at the moment from Lewis Hamilton in 2nd, although Hamilton a bit quicker at the moment. See what they do across the line.
Positive 5.9 for Hamilton there. He took 1.2 seconds out of Leclerc on
Continue
that
like
previous
this.
lap.
You're doing a good
George
job.
in
At the
P3
moment,
is a
we
further
are P10.
4.5 seconds
Next
back.
guy in front
Then
is
it's a big
Ocon.
gap, over 9 seconds back to Antonelli. Ever since he had that lock-up and dropped out of the Ferrari slipstream, he has struggled. He had to box early. His tyres are again now in rough shape compared to the cars in front of him. But he's still on for some strong points here in 4th at the moment. Then it's Sonoda from Doohan, Verstappen, Lawson, Ocon, and then a 10-second or so gap to us and the two McLarens fighting over the final point
keep
at the
going.
moment.
And Norris behind.
I'd be happy with a couple of points. Be more than happy with a couple of points today.
Okay, good job, mate.
Slot back into
P13.
10th place again.
So Norris
Sargent's
is
not
car
doing
ahead.
too bad either as well. In
5 seconds,
P13,
Norris.
he's got past Ollie Behrman now. 5 seconds further behind the McLarens. Considering he had a poor qualifying, I was expecting maybe 17th, 18th at best for Sargent tonight, but he's running well in 13th place at the moment. Tyres are in decent shape and has got another set of softs to go yet. Porsche also has another set of softs to come. Leclerc responds to the pressure from Hamilton. Hamilton also pumping in a very quick lap. Two Ferraris trying to put a bit of a stranglehold
behind
on
Norris.
this race at the moment.
Yeah, I got it.
You are doing a good job.
Yeah, P10.
Taking a look at Oscar. Teo fighting with Oscar. And I think we've just about dropped him. Let's see if we can stretch our legs a little bit.
Use the energy. You are doing a good job.
Oh, we have dropped the McLarens.
Charge button on.
5 seconds to Esteban Ocon. We have healthier tyres. See what we can do as Valtteri comes in. Better stop this time. Soft tyres, and we still have a long way to go. So I think Valtteri is stopping again. That Porsche is really not a good car, it would seem.
Good tyre management.
the McLarens. Quicker in the middle, losing out in that first sector, but they are swapping places with DRS. There you can see them swapping places again. Porsche gained 4/10 in the first sector, gained a huge amount in the middle sector, 1.2 seconds in the middle sector, and then another half a second there. That's a hell of a lap.
Still a lot to play for.
Against
You've got a
Ocon
Haas behind. And 2 behind.
It's just 2 seconds behind now. Once it goes through.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
Looking at the tyre wear predictions. We have got scope to be a little bit more aggressive with our tyres if we need to be. With Logan. He's going to have a little bit left over. Porsche slightly above the line. So he will have a little bit extra at the end of his stint as well, by the look of it. Of course, if it gets held up in the dirty area, then that could change. Those tyre temps going up even further could absolutely melt them. Already very high and still going up. As we starting to go up now as we get closer to the back of Ocon.
You've got energy. You've done a good job.
We are going to be vulnerable to Alonso.
Gap
So we're
ahead.
going to burn the
5
battery.
seconds.
See if we can close up to the McLarens. Teo now all over Mac of Ocon. Let's put him in the
Charge on.
harvest. He's going to make the move anyway, look. Oh, he thought about it. He thought about it. Backing out, this is in harvest mode, I think.
Race is long. And tyre phase update when you can.
Through we go.
Charge on.
Copy, copy.
Sargent pretty much out of battery,
You're
but
doing a good
now within striking distance of the back of Oscar Piastri, who has been dropped by Norris.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
And in comes Schumacher for his next stop. So his last stop was horrible. He had to queue to get into the box, and then there was a delay getting him out. This one should be much better. And it is. Medium tyres, still a long way to go. And we're going to have to see him box again as he gets lapped by Lewis Hamilton, or he's about to get lapped by Lewis Hamilton. Leclerc's already through. Hamilton 5 seconds behind his teammate.
And we have a yellow flag. Not sure where that is. That's
So let's
big
take a look
other
at the
Porsche.
replay. Right, let's have a look here as we go into turn 8. And the car fails to respond. Now, they did leave it very late.
Sargent has caught Piastri.
We need to focus on the energy now. Energy if you need it.
Yeah, not good enough.
Let's stay focused, stuff could happen at the end.
Building up a little bit of battery so we can launch ourselves past him. We are running so much better today than I was expecting. As Doohan hits the pits. Medium tyres. Might be him to the end. Probably will be, actually, thinking about it. He comes out right behind Ollie Behrman.
So energy's good.
Yep, copy that.
Yeah, closing down Yuki, but Yuki's probably going to box at the end of this lap. Let's try and launch
We have
past
energy available.
Oscar
Copy.
here. Moved on. Oscar's tyres struggling a little bit.
Good job. Norris ahead.
Did have that early stop. And we've been keeping pace with Lando, despite the fact that I expected him to be much quicker than us. Good stop for Antonelli there. In comes Snowden. Has to wait
Okay, in front
for
is
Ocon to come
Bottas.
through before he can be released.
Continue like this.
Oh, it's not a good stop for Ocon. It's really not a good stop for Ocon. Sargent's through on Norris. We're running 6th and 7th right now.
Good job. Gap ahead, 6 seconds.
We still
Lean on the
need more
tyres
fuel
as much as you
saving,
can.
but I'd like to see if we can just get a little bit more clean air from the cars behind us before we do that. Still a little bit now with Teo.
And we need to increase lift and coast.
Copy.
Break Norris here.
No energy, bottom of the pack.
Lots of battery. Just keeping Norris at arm's length. Did he get us in the braking zone? I think they were able to pull away.
P7 for now.
Yes, we were. Excellent stuff.
Norris behind.
All right, so we have track position now.
To cool the rear tyres.
Copy.
What made me pick Sargent?
Safe fuel, safe fuel.
It's Cadillac. American driver in an American team. And like it or not, he is the best American in the game. Not by much, but he is. We have got other Americans in reserve. We have Ugo and Jack Crawford as well in our affiliate pool.
Tires are ready.
Copy.
All right, pit window is open. For Teo. A little way to go yet for Logan. He's got good pace at the moment on those soft tyres. Ollie Behrman into the pits from P14. Mediums to go to the end. He will come out behind Valtteri, just ahead of Bortoletto. Oh, he gets past Valtteri there. Very aggressive into turn one. Valtteri does need to stop again. Look, Bortoletto needs to make his final stop very, very soon. And that is Antonelli powering his way through in the background. We can stop fuel saving with
No
Paul
lift
Scher
off
now.
needed. You are doing a good job.
Copy.
Pit window opens up for Logan Sargent next lap as Antonelli sets a new fastest lap. There is no bonus point for the fastest lap. It's not a good start for Piastri. This afternoon has not been a good one. Decent stop for Alonso. Has to wait for the McLaren to go through though before he can be released. They will come out in 14th and 15th, behind Albon, but ahead of Hulkenberg and Gasly. There they are. Albon does need to stop. Sargent's actually closing in on the back of Porsche. The soft tyres allowing him to lap quicker. Charles is in from the lead.
Just as DRS.
Is Hamilton going to come in as well? Yes, he is. Ferrari going for the double stack.
I'm doing everything I can here.
Beautiful,
back in the
beautiful pit work there from
You've
Ferrari.
got Norris behind you. At least 1.9 behind.
And they're going to get out in front of Liam Lawson, who hasn't even stopped yet. That's the advantage Ferrari has had today. It is looking like it's going to be the players' race.
Right, let's concentrate.
They're both on mediums now to go to the end.
Get ready.
And we have a yellow flag. Is this going to be anything other than just someone running wide? It's another lock-up for
Now
Schumacher.
this happened down at turn 8.
Porsche has been struggling
And the car
all
just
afternoon.
locked. By that point, it was just too late.
Turn 8 has not been a kind turn for either Schumacher or Valtteri today. Antonelli has breezed past the pair of us now in the space of a couple of corners.
Continue, keep going.
Behind Sargent.
Boxing at the end of the next lap for Teo.
He will be 2 seconds behind us.
And Sargent is getting very close, look. Norris starting to close back in as well. There he is. Norris is pushing at the moment.
Cancel the lift and coast.
Yeah, copy.
Right, Bortoletto
Norris
has made
on
his
medium.
final stop.
He's 1.2 behind. Stay cool, man. You're doing a good job.
And Lawson's into the pits. Final stop now planned in
And
for
box
Teo.
is lap box, pit confirm.
Decent stop there for Red Bull. New fastest lap for Yuki Tsunoda. Let's see what we're doing on pit stops. We have got one car in the top 10 so far. Logan with a 2.5. It was a 3.4 for Teo's first stop. Not great. Red Bull are quickest at the moment. And now Alonso sets the fastest lap. So the Honda Astons are pushing.
Next car in front is Schumacher. Race is long.
Norris has caught us. Let's see if we can keep him at bay.
Norris has DRS.
And charge button on.
Okay, copy.
Just deliberately
And we
slowing
need
down Teo
lift
a
and
little
coast.
bit here to give Sargent a chance of getting
And
DRS.
try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Copy.
He's not going to get it. Just missed it. Max is in.
And charge button on.
Copy.
And out again. So the softs for Max.
Pit lane.
Pick up the pace a bit.
Oh, there we go. That's a good stop.
I don't know
2.2.
where my
That
pace
could
is,
be
man.
the
I'm really
quickest stop.
struggling.
Let's keep doing.
As Lando launches it up the inside into turn 1. And chops across through 2.
Mega.
All right, we're at P12.
So P12. Ocon in front.
Norris and Sargent still need to
Alonso
box.
next car
As
behind.
does George, but George is too far ahead for us to even worry about. So it's looking good for a couple of points here with Teo.
just focus on charging a pack.
Copy. Hey, there's nowhere to go.
We can focus on our race now. So lift and coast.
Copy.
We do not need to go for the fastest lap. If we get it, it'd be nice,
Copy.
but it will be bragging rights only. It will have no bearing on rewards.
We're boxing this lap.
Copy, locked.
And we are just ahead of Max. Let's see if tyre push,
Keep doing what you've been doing, then you've got the energy.
DRS and battle assist can save us from being overtaken. Norris might well be boxing this up as well, so once again it could be a battle of the pit crews. Norris might
Alright,
go
Norris.
one more lap, but I think he's probably going to box too. Here comes Valtteri for his third
everything you can,
stop
have
of
a
the
good job.
day. Valtteri's not bad at looking after his tyres, so that Porsche must be eating its tyres. Fairman's developed a fault.
But the car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind of fault.
Let's see, there we are, on the back of Ocon. We're going to go through here, and we'll push.
So deployed.
Copy.
We have managed to stay ahead of Verstappen. Is Norris boxing as well?
You are doing a good job. At the moment, P11.
No, Norris is going one more lap. So we've got a chance to undercut Lando here. Okay, stop, 2.5. Slightly slower than his first
Porsche
one, I
on
think.
exit.
We're going to get out in front of Oscar.
Currently P13. The car in front, Fernando.
And we're immediately going to start to push. A, to stay ahead of Oscar. B,
Car behind Piastri.
to see if we can jump Lando.
Lean on the tyres at the high speed, but don't overslip them.
Okay, pushing his battery. Let's have a look. Yes, he is. George is in. Decent stop for Mercedes. And Norris is going again, so we are definitely going to get an undercut. Oh, there's the sparkly stuff.
At the moment, you have the fastest lap.
And we didn't even really go for it either. We just pushed the battery, and that was all we did. So, a little bit of a surprise there. Let's turn those tyres down now. But we'll continue to push the battery.
Copy that.
We want a nice, healthy undercut here on Lando. of lap traffic in front there. It's one of the two Porsches. I'm not sure which one. I think it's Schumacher. Yeah, it's got to be Schumacher. Yeah, 47, that's mixed number.
Just a
We're out of
reminder on
battery,
the right.
so we'll go into harvest mode now. Top up. In
Charge
comes
button
Lando at last.
Copy.
We
Need
should
to
have done
focus
more
on
than
getting
enough
back up.
here to undercut him. He is going to go onto soft tyres. We make the move on Alonso. You just see
Okay,
Norris
tyres are
in the background
stabilised.
there.
Copy.
He slots out behind his teammate.
So that's pretty good.
And he does not have
We're
good
P11.
tyres, look. No wonder he went
So car
long.
ahead is now Ocon.
86%.
Gap ahead is 2.5.
Just did not have a good set of softs to go on at the end there.
You've got Ocon ahead. Ocon 2 in front. Keep going.
So a P9, we are lapping quicker than doing, but this is not representative because we were pushing last lap. This is representative. Let's see, we took 1.3 seconds in the first sector. We lost 7/10 in the middle. So 134.4 for doing, and a 134.4 for us. We get what, 55 thousandths of a second. Not much.
P9.
Sargent is closing in on Ocon. Took 1.4 seconds out of him on that last lap. We're fighting with Alonso though. Alonso slides on through.
Car behind is Ocon.
Ferraris are just romping away with this look. Leclerc leading teammate Hamilton by 5.4 seconds. Antonelli 18 seconds further back. George is 4.5 seconds down his teammate, but closing quickly on much newer, faster tyres. Antonelli could be in trouble from Verstappen as well.
Currently P12. So car ahead is Alonso.
Sargent has a look at Alonso. Alonso's going to have the slipstream, and
Piastri
that
behind.
pulls him ahead of us. So it's harvest.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Because we're not getting back past Alonso, I don't think, until we both of us clear Ocon. And then it'll be a fight for that final point in 10th between these two drivers here. We are definitely on for at least 8th place here with Teo. And we're not that far behind Tsunoda. Maybe we can catch Yuki.
Okay, so Fernando car ahead. Do what you can.
Laps left for us. And any points we get tonight will be a bonus.
charge is good.
Copy that.
Teo's caught up.
Charge back on. Copy that. Ock on the head. I know you're doing everything. Energy's available.
Copy.
Power of soft propels you.
Looking good.
The power of soft propels you.
11. So that's Alonso in front.
Through we go.
Focus on bringing the pack back
Alonso
up.
next.
Copy.
Let's take a look at Teo. He is lining up a move on Jack Doohan. Through he goes.
Continue like this.
Understood, you are doing a good job.
So we're 5 seconds
So
behind
P8.
Sonoda and Lawson. Lost a little bit of time there behind Doohan. We should start to haul them in pretty quickly now that we're through. And let's see if we can drop Alonso.
Energy available. So we can cancel the lifted coast. Tyres are looking good.
Tyres are looking good. Looking very good.
A little bit more lifted coast.
We could yet get Sargent up past Doohan at this rate as well. This could turn out to be quite a nice result for us. And I really hope we take a step forward in pace when we get those new wings for the next Grand Prix. Here comes Fernando. We couldn't quite drop him,
He just has DRS.
and he closes right up with the DRS there. Porsche is now just 3 seconds behind Sonoda and Lawson. That'll probably be as high as he can go. Don't think we'll be able to hunt down Max. Not in the remaining number of laps. So Schumacher pulls over to let us through. Alonso will get the DRS, but he gets held up.
Tires are okay.
And there we go. We have now managed to break away from Alonso as a result. And close right in on the back
Okay, Alonso behind.
of Jack Doohan as well.
Come on. Bring the pack up. We can just focus on charging the pack. Just focus forward for now.
And that was quick and easy. Mateo's time. Sonoda and Lawson just in front of us. Didn't quite get the DRS this lap. We have a yellow flag. Sykes is into the pits for a new set of soft tyres. It's a lock-up for Gabby.
Now this was the Sauber. Well, things are okay at this stage. The wheels just lock up there. They were just unable to do much about it.
And charge button on.
Copy that.
Snowden's dropped off Lawson here. Looking at the state of his tyres, I don't know if he'll be able to get back on him and stay on him.
Right, let's concentrate.
Doohan's in. A late stop for Jack Doohan. We're going to stick
Energies
with
are
Teo
good.
though.
Copy.
Your rear right is hotter.
Through we go. Push now to try and get onto the back of Lawson.
And good job. Got to him 2.0. No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
I think Sargent's going to get Sonoda as well. Been able to manage our race pace really well today.
Got to him 0.9. Continue, keep going. Charge on.
I do think we are outperforming the car here.
And we need to increase lift and coast.
It shouldn't really be capable of this kind of pace. I know we have a monster advantage in the high speed, but we are so far off everywhere else. Is that advantage so big in the high speed that it's cancelling out our deficits everywhere else? If it is, and we can improve everywhere else, then by the time we get caught in the high speeds, we should theoretically be in much better shape everywhere else and
Charge
be
on.
Copy, copy.
able to run in points positions pretty consistently.
1.0 now. Race is long.
I see Sargent in the background, just 2 seconds behind Sonoda now. Just about close enough to keep the DRS. It's already on the back of Sonoda.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
I wonder, is everyone else under fuel to the point where they're having to save fuel? Is that why we're able to
Current
punch it
Tsunoda.
quite well? Let's have a look. So, Sargent against Sonoda.
Head down.
Sargent has 16.5 kilos of fuel at the start of this lap that we're on now.
V6
Sonoda 15.7.
front is
He is underfueled, not by a
Verstappen.
huge amount, but he is a little underfueled. So I think part of the reason... Oh, yellow flag. Ah, there we go. He's in the background. Look. It's Bortoletto. I think part of the
Now,
reason
this
we've
was
been
the
able to
Sauber.
be so pacey
Things
in
look
this
fine
final
here.
final stint
And there goes the steering.
is partly
They
the
took a
tyre
gamble,
offset
and it was just
that
too
we're
late.
running soft against some cars that are on mediums. That we didn't butcher our tyres in our first stint, which meant we ran a bit longer than everybody else, so our tyres are generally in better shape. And we got our fuel saving out of the way early when we were
Sonoda DRS
running a pace advantage with tyres in better shape and in the DRS, whereas they're all having to do it now.
Keep going. Piastri behind.
I think it's just become like a perfect storm in that respect. We are through. Let's see if we can break away from Lawson. I think we just about managed to drop him as well.
And more energy available.
Yeah, that rear wing is not open. We just managed to break the DRS before the protection point there.
Use overtake. We're happy to lean on tyres.
Is there anything else left in this
Excellent.
for us? Can we
Currently
get in
P8.
the top 5?
8 seconds gap now.
Max is 11.1 kilos of fuel at the start of this lap. He's 3 kilos. Oh, no, wait, there we go. So Max 11.1, Porsche 12.7. Max is underfueled by about 1.5 kilos. That's almost a full lap of fuel.
P8.
We might be able to get him, though.
Car behind Sonoda.
We took 2 seconds
0.9
out of him on
behind.
that last lap, albeit with a battery push and a little bit of increased pace on the tyres, but
And some lift off if you can.
keep an eye on
Left
that.
and coast now.
Let's take a look at the sectors. In the first sector this lap, we were 7 tenths up.
Tyre phase update when you can.
And what's happened to Charles Leclerc? Is he that underfueled? Yeah, horrible first sector, 29.5. A 137.1 last lap. Hamilton has taken the lead. We were half a second up in the middle sector as well. 23.1, personal best for Verstappen at the end of the lap. Is he responding to us?
At the moment you are P6. P6. Verstappen in front.
133.5. I think he started to respond at the end there. We're out of the ability to really push any further, so he's caught Antonelli. That's why he's pushed onto Kimi. All right, well, let's see if we can maybe catch
And try to cool
Kimi.
down the tires as much
if
as
Kimi
possible.
gets left behind here.
Copy, copy.
A 132.7 for Logan. New fastest lap for Jack Doohan. 132.3.
How are the tyres?
Antonelli has been dropped.
Front left is struggling a little.
It's Antonelli underfueled as well. Let's see. Start of the lap, we were 10.8 kilos. Antonelli 9.6. He is about a kilo or so under fueled at the moment. It's about half a lap's worth of fuel. With some dedicated fuel saving, it shouldn't take him that long to save that. A couple of laps, really, but... he's going to slow him down for a bit.
We need to focus on the energy now. We're at the bottom of the pack now, we're energy.
5 laps to go.
5 laps to go. I think it's a little pie in the sky, thinking of maybe catch Antonelli. He's hanging on to the back of Max. Gap's 8.5 seconds again. But Sargent definitely has an opportunity here on Liam Lawson. Seventh place finish here would be pretty incredible. Considering we started, what, 19th? Sargent on for 4 points as things currently stand. 8 points for Porsche. And just 4 laps to go. Hamilton, looking for his first win of the season, is just 2.5 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc. Leclerc is closing back up again. Lawson hits a bit more pace than us. I will be more than happy with 8th place. That was my target for Teo, and that was a slightly optimistic target for Teo. 8th place for Sargent. I didn't think we'd get anywhere near the points with Logan Sargent today.
Doing a good job of tyres, keep doing it.
Yeah, cruise off.
We are just running out of steam in our hunt for the 7th place, though. Confidence is still high. This Teo's looking like slightly higher. But I mean, we're falling further and further behind. We're not going to catch Kimi. Not with 3 laps to go. 9 seconds is too much.
3 laps to go.
But we've got a 6-second gap to Liam, so I think we're safe there. We've got a 9-second gap to Sonoda, so we're safe there. The only question now is, can we squeeze that? Let's watch the sectors. Don't really have any tyre wear left to push with. Or fuel, or battery. It's just this to the end now. We gained a 10th in the first sector. We need to be gaining minimum half a second a lap, and we're not even close to that yet. and that's a minimum. We really need to be gaining close to a second a lap here to have any kind of chance at the end with some DRS. Another couple of tenths there. It's not enough. Two laps to go. It's a lock-up
Then
for
it will be
Sainz.
2 laps.
Here's the replay. Now we're watching Carlos Sainz here. Oh, all right
He was
so far.
lapped by
The
Leclerc.
brakes couldn't cope, and they'll need
That's
to be mindful
Albon
of the
behind.
effect that that had on the tyres.
Only 16th. 17th for Albon. It's not been a great day for Williams. Oh, we've got a fault for Sargent. That's battery. Reduced output, and that, I think, is the final nail in the coffin for our chances of catching Liam. It was a valiant effort. 3 seconds is going to be far too much for us to overcome now. But what a great race we've had. We're now 10.5 seconds clear of Yuki. We're just going to bring it home.
So tyres are good.
Copy.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
Just reduce the wear
button
on the battery
on.
for the last lap and a half. There are no real fights of any consequence. Norris is closing in on the back of Alonso here, and this is just for pride. He's not going to get close enough, really, I don't think, to challenge his teammate for points. And it would be for the last point. Oh, there is a battle. It's the final lap, and there is a battle of consequence. It's Antonelli and Verstappen here.
Copy, copy.
Hamilton is on course for his first win of the season. It's going to be a 1-2 for Ferrari. I thought George might have more of a challenge based on how the race was going in the first stint, but he fell away quite badly. Kimi fell away once he lost his slipstream to the Ferraris early on with that lockup. Forced him to box early, put him out of sequence. Here comes Max. Antonelli chops him off. Lawson's flying onto the back of us. He's left Sargent behind, and he is flying onto the back of Porsche.
Oh, and it's Hamilton! Lewis Hamilton with the win today. And at the end of that final lap, Hamilton has secured the win.
Just amazing. I think that's a race that people will be talking about for years to come.
That is Hamilton's first win of the season, his fourth straight podium. It's going to be a 1-2 for Ferrari with Leclerc in second. Russell comes home in third. Antonelli will just about hold off Verstappen for fourth place. Here comes Teo. Lawson is steaming up to the back of him, but it's too little too late for Liam Lawson. It'll be sixth place for Teo Porsche. What a great drive for him in.
Checkered flag.
And look, just a few seconds further back, there is Logan Sargent in eighth place. What a stellar result for Logan.
That's it.
Checkered flag.
Tsunoda will finish ninth. Norris has caught Oscar, but Oscar will take the final point ahead of his teammate. Alonso will finish 12th, just ahead of Jack Doohan. Ocon is 14th. Teammate Behrman in 15th is the last car on the lead lap. Everyone else has already finished. And Behrman's run out of fuel. Behrman's not going to finish. I think he will still be classified. Actually, no, he won't. Or will he? He might. Yeah, I think he'll be classified in P15.
There's Alex Albon making his way back.
And for them, it's P16 and no points from today's race.
So Albon did get in front of
The highly
Sainz then.
decorated record breaker from Stevenage once again taking to the podium.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
And with that, the drivers finally get the chance to cool off and enjoy themselves. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there, though.
Oh, what are you talking about? It was a great race for both cars.
And that is about that for this weekend's action here in Bahrain.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
So, confirmation then of the final result. Hamilton gets his first win of the season ahead of teammate Charles Leclerc. George takes third place from Antonelli, who just about managed to hold off Max Verstappen at the end there. What a great drive from Porsche to bring it home in sixth place, about 2 places higher than I thought he would be able to get. That's 8 great points for the team with Teo there. Lawson down 2 to finish in 7th, but he does get some decent points to go with the couple he got in the sprint. And that will be quite a nice result for him. Welcome back, Wayne, on your other channel, briefly. What a drive from Logan Sargent, up 11 places to finish in 8th, and 4 points for both him and the team tonight. Yuki Tsunoda finishes in 9th, couple of points there for Aston. Oscar gets the final point there for McLaren ahead of teammate Lando. Then it's Alonso from Doohan. Ollie Behrman finishes in P15 behind his teammate. He is classified 15th, even though he retired on the final lap, running out of fuel. Then it's Albon 16th, 17th for Carlos Sainz, 18th for Nico Hülkenberg in the Audi, 19th for Valtteri in the Porsche. A 3-stop race for him today, just not good for Porsche at the moment. Gasly finishes in 20th, Mick in 21st, and Bortoleto 22nd in the second Audi. In the driver standings then, it is a 10-point lead now at the top for Hamilton as he moves past George Russell. It's a win apiece for the top 3 drivers now. Hamilton on 87 points, Russell on 77, Max a further 5 points behind on 72. 32 points this weekend across the race and the sprint. So a strong weekend for Lewis. 20 points for George, 18 for Max, and 18 for Kimi as well. He holds the gap to Verstappen. Just the 8 points for Teo. He stays in P5. Leclerc jumps up 3 places ahead of Alonso, Sargent, and Tsunoda onto 35 points now. A huge jump for him. He had just 7 points. No, 13 points before today. He's now up to 35, 22 earned this weekend. Just a single point for Alonso. Sargent has closed the gap to within 3. Tsunoda is down by 5 there in 9th place. Oscar is 10th with 14 points ahead of Liam Lawson, who moves up 2 places ahead of Lando Norris and Ollie Behrman. Neither driver getting any of those points today. Sainz in 14th, 15th for Ocon, and then we're going to the non-scorers. In 16th place, it's Jack Doohan from teammate Gasly. 17th, 18th for Albon, 19th for Hülkenberg, 20th for Valtteri, 21st for Bortoleto, and 22nd for Schumacher. both Porsche and Audi having a very rough start to the season. Let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes still top. They picked up 38 points this weekend across the race and the sprint. They're on 131 points. Ferrari just 9 points further back, though. They picked up a whopping 54 points this weekend. They're on 122 now, and have pulled away a little bit from Red Bull, who are on 82 points in third. 26 points earned this weekend. We get just 12 points across the whole weekend. 66 points for us now, but we are pulling away from Aston. They're on 48 points in fifth. 22 points for McLaren in sixth. Then it's Haas with 3 points in seventh. 8th place for Williams with 2 points. And then the non-scorers, Alpine from Sauber, or Audi, and Porsche bringing up the rear. Let's see how the pit stops went today. We got the quickest stop, just, and I do mean just, by 49 thousandths of a second from Verstappen's Red Bull. But they get third place as well with Lawson there. Mercedes get fourth, Alpine get fifth, Porsche take sixth place with Valtteri's stop there. Seventh place for Williams, eighth for McLaren, ninth for Ferrari, and an extra point there for Mercedes with George's stop in 10th. So the standings look like this. We stay top, but the gap has come down. We've been outscored by 8 points today. We're on 115, Red Bull on 92 are a further 23 points behind us. Porsche are third on 56, McLaren in fourth on 47. No points for Audi, they are on 20 points, and Ferrari have moved level with them now today. Mercedes have jumped up 2 places into 7th, they're on 18 points, as are Alpine, down 1 place into 8th, and down a place into 9th is Williams with 12. Then it's Aston with 4 points, Haas with 2. Every team has at least scored some points so far this year. They see a summary of the stops. That first stop, not a great one for Porsche. It was double stack as well, but luckily we were able to clear the garage before Logan came in for his first stop, which was his best stop of the night, a 2.50, and then made up for it with a second stop there for Porsche, a 2.22 to take the quickest stop of the day. Both drivers easily hit their 18th or higher target, so they get their full sponsor payout there, and no contract bonuses to pay out. So that's 1.45 mil added to our bank balance. Let's head back to HQ. Our front wing design is ready to go into production. So is our rear wing. Fantastic. We desperately need those. We are 25 days away from Singapore. A bit of a gap now to the next Grand Prix. I don't think it's a sprint. No, it's not. Next sprint is Baku, which is the week or the race after Singapore. So a couple of street circuits up next, and then we go to Hungary for the Hungara Ring. Then Imola, Austria for a sprint, Monaco, Barcelona, Silverstone, Spa for a sprint, Zandvoort in what will be Zandvoort's final year, then Monza, Canada for a sprint, and then we're into the Americas to close the season off with Austin, a sprint at Vegas, a sprint at Mexico, and a standard race to close the season at Sao Paulo. That's the calendar as things stand. Let's have a look and fix what needs to be fixed. We've got spare front wings and new front wings as well now. Powertrain, we have that issue with the ERS that has minor damage now, so that's just going to be problematic from this point on, so that's now going to have to be relegated to a practice part, unfortunately. I was hoping we could get another race or two out of that before we needed to switch it out. Let's go into the production queue here. We're only 3 days away from getting the underfloor as well, so we'll be able to have that on the car for Singapore as well. Let's start building those new front wings. We want 4 of those. I've got 2.4 mil. It's not going to give us a huge amount of downforce performance, but it is going to give us a lot of dirty air improvement. 5.27%. About an extra percentage point gained in tyre preservation as well. Let's get those rear wings pressed in as well. 4 of those. These are going to give us quite a nice boost. A nice little bit of speed, a little bit of acceleration, a nice healthy 7.5% gain in DRS, a little bit of extra low speed, a little bit of extra high speed as well. And again, a slight improvement there, another 1.3% in our dirty air performance, our ability to follow. Certainly going to be important given the next couple of tracks that are coming. Right, we don't have the money to get anything else built. In fact, I'm actually going to take one of those rear wings off. Just to get a slight refund there. 680k, because I need to have the money to build those. I might have to do it with a front wing as well, actually. I need to be able to build those underfloors. I need at least 2, and they're not cheap. I think they're about $500,000 each. Right, let's dive into the inbox. So we've already had a look. We've fixed the front wing there. The side pods have been destroyed on that car. They've just been automatically been replaced, I think. Yeah, they've automatically been replaced. Everything else came through okay. Engine's getting quite low, so that's probably going to get switched out now. ERS is still good there. Gearboxes are fine. That ERS now has to come out, unfortunately. We have results from the regulation vote. It is going to be cooling focus changes, which is what we voted for. So the vote passes 7-4. Audi, Aston, Williams and Alpine voting against. Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes, Haas, Porsche and Cadillac all voting for cooling focused over airflow focused changes for next season. We have our new rear wing and our new front wing. We knew about those. Let's just clear that email there. Let's advance time a couple of days. Actually, let's check in with the board first of all. They were delighted with the results. We have some debt this month, unfortunately. Underfloor is now ready to go into production. How expensive are these? 400k each. Okay, so I can afford to build 2. 16 days to get those built. We are 22 days away from Singapore. That's excellent. So there we go. We are full in the factory. We can't build anything else until we hit the next level or until we get an upgrade. Sorry, until one of these queues finishes here. Let's see. We can't afford to start any more projects here because we only have 100k left in the bank. Let's see. We have got a refurb going through on the factory. That's 17 days away. Design center's just been upgraded recently. CFD and wind tunnel are fine. Suspension sim's fine. Car part test center's fine. Got a refurb going through on the team hub. That's just 1 day away. The race sim upgrade is just under 3 weeks away from going up to level 5. That will help with Logan Sargent's development and our affiliates quite substantially. And then we do need to refurb the hospitality. That's a 220k refurb or a 4.2 mil upgrade. We'll just go for the refurb when we've got the extra 100k spare. Boardroom's good. Everything else here is okay as well. Back to the inbox. Let's see. Staff results or the survey. I'm seeing a lot of positives. Enthusiasm from Jack Crawford and Teo Pourchaire A few mumbles and grumbles from everybody about car performance, apart from Teo. Teo is just neutral about his salary. I don't think we'll be able to hang on to Teo when his contract runs out. When does his contract run out? We've got 2 years left on his deal. So that runs out end of next season, and I think we might lose him next year. But we do have some affiliates here that we are training to promote into the team. Daniel Ricciardo is helping us develop the car. He's not in contention for a race seat. Team Hub refurb is done. Dan Fallows goes up by a performance rating point. He's up to 89 overall now. Lovely stuff. We have 3 new front wings and 3 new rear wings. So 1 spare for each. Let's see. Kirsten is advising us to take a look at Kasper Stuka. We're not going to do anything about that. Ah, god damn it. 14 days. 14. Ay, ay, ay. And I'm a day away. I'm a day away from getting one of my underfloors. That's now going to get put on hold for 14 days. I might just have one of those underfloors for Singapore, but well, I'm supposed to have them on both cars. I'm going to be lucky to have one for Singapore now. God damn it. These goddamn fires. Dirk De Beer goes up by an overall rating point as well. He's up to 85 now. New ATR period has started. We've got a lot of hours to play about with and no money to spend. Let's see. When do we get money from the sponsors? We are here. Sponsors pay out here. So we've got 2 weeks to go. We'll get paid out just after we get back from Singapore. All right, end of the month coming up. Let's see if we can get a decent little bit of cash from the board. Our affiliates, let's see how they've improved over the last month. A point in smoothness for Jack Crawford and for Ugo, and he gets a point in adaptability as well. No gains for Ricardo. We're likely to actually see him devolve a little bit as time goes on, given that he is not on driver training, he is on car development, and he's not getting any time in the car at all, either in practice sessions or in a race seat. So his stats are just going to decline the longer he's with us. But we're using him to help develop the car, and then we will switch his focus, I think, to commercial maybe going forward after that. Let's take a look at our main drivers. So Teo has gained a point in overtaking, defending, and a point in reactions as well. What a great month for Teo. A point in adaptability for Sargent. That's not the stat that I want him to improve on. I want him to work on accuracy, cornering, and braking, and he's gone for the wrong one. I think that's what he's working on. He's on short run pace, so yeah, cornering, braking, adaptability, and accuracy. The one stat out of that I didn't need him to improve on is the one that he improved on. Of course it is. Right. Let's get our scouts doing something. I'm going to look for a couple of extra drivers we can bring in for some sponsor work and so on and so forth. We've scouted Arvid, Chaco, K-Mag. He's at 75% marketability. 61, that's no good. Where is... what's her name? I can't remember what her name is. I'll know it as soon as I see it. We've gone past her, I think. Where is she? Where is she? Chloe Chambers is who I'm looking for. There she is. Oh, she's only a 54. Let's scout her out. Trying to remember who else is American as well. James Wharton is Aussie. Leah Block. Let's scout Leah. That's Jamie Chadwick's picture. Who else? There are a couple of other young Americans out there, I think. And we're getting it. There we go. Maxwell. And we'll scout Maxwell as well. All right. So we have 3 more Americans on our radar that we'll look to bring in to bolster the ranks a little bit. I'm sure there's another American out there as well, but I don't want to go too old. Let's get our end of month, beginning of the month stuff done. So into the inbox. Monthly car report is not amazing. Haas have got a new chassis, one of the best on the grid apparently, and they're working on a new front wing. Alpine having a tough season, 17th and 16th in the championship, 9th in the constructors. Let's get the pit crew done.
It's a little bit too much. Let's take that to car building as well. Perfect. And then we go in completely well rested for Singapore. And then when we come back, we'll do some car building, go into our usual split training, keep everything nice and balanced. This could be a problem. Yeah, oh, we can get away with it just. I can get one more day of training. That's a little much. Let's go with the car building. 1%. Yeah, we'll carry the 1% in. It's a sprint weekend. It's not ideal, but we'll be fine for Hungary. Or we should be fine for Hungary. So our stats will get a little bit of a boost. Our chance of a mistake will not improve enough. Let's actually switch that to that then, so that we go in with a slight improvement into each Grand Prix. We'll end the month with higher fatigue than I would like, but there's nothing I can do about that given that the final day of the month is a race day. So we will start with some fatigue at the beginning of June. Not ideal, but we can work around that. Our pit stop time, about 2.3 seconds. That's pretty good. Well, 2.3 dead, according to that. Car building at 70%. Our stats here nicely balanced as well. So happy with that training that we blocked in there. Let's confirm that. We have 2.8 mil. And we are going to use our ATR to focus on the areas that are going to need it the most. So side pods going to take a big hit on cooling, 30%. So we're going to drop all of the hours onto the side pod. Going to lose about 10% there. Let's go with that. And we'll confirm that for a mil. There we go. There was something I needed to refurb, wasn't there? Let's go ahead and get that done before I forget. There we go. That'll take a month. Back to our research and developments. We're on Mark II parts across the board now, with our new bits having come in. Let's get a suspension research project underway, potentially, or maybe chassis. Let's do a chassis. There we go. Okay. We are going to end it here. We will mess around with the brand new parts when we get to Singapore. See what kind of improvement that's made. That's tomorrow night's race. So hopefully you'll join me at same time, 8 PM for that tomorrow here on this channel.
On the other channel, there will be a new video dropping tomorrow, another tutorial, this time for TVR, to go along with the Chevy logo tutorial that dropped yesterday. There will be more tutorials to come as time progresses as well. And then we'll see how things go from there in terms of what logo comes after TVR. I'm kind of halfway through Subaru, but it's just a Subaru badge. In fact, I can actually show you the badge I'm working on. There we go. I'm working on that Subaru badge at the moment. So I don't know whether I'll do the other version of Subaru, the one that we see on the rally cars, because that is their rally logo. I might just stick with that particular badge there and call it a day on that one. Haven't decided yet. But that will be, I say, the TVR video will be dropping tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There will be a post about it on the F1 Manager subreddit as well. And then we'll be back at the usual time, 8 PM tomorrow on this channel for round 5, when we head to Singapore with a new underfloor, potentially, for one of our cars, and new front and rear wings for both of our cars as well. So I do hope you'll join me for that. If you haven't yet subscribed, then go ahead and make sure you do that, and be sure to hit the bell to be notified when the live streams start as well. And if you have enjoyed tonight's race, you know, a thumbs up always helps. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.